Jimmy, there's been a lot made about this notion that President Biden has in the past not been so friendly to Saudi Arabia with regard to a lot of different things, but now going over there for a face-to-face discussion to basically ask them to pump more oil. Is that how the market is seeing this particular meeting?
Yeah, I think the market is seeing this as a very sort of realpolitik approach to U.S. foreign relations. As you mentioned, President during his campaign, very tough on Saudi Arabia, talking about basically turning into a pariah state. That talk is gone because of higher U.S. inflation, the war in Ukraine, high oil prices. And they would love for Saudi Arabia to pump more oil. Now, as we've seen, probably the biggest factor affecting oil prices is what's going to happen in the U.S. and global economy. And I think expectations should be muted as far as what the president might get. I'm not sure how much spare capacity, as well as sustained spare capacity, Saudi Arabia has. But, if the president can come out with something, that's a win. And frankly, for any president with low approval ratings, getting out of the country and visiting other countries, that's like from presidenting 101.
This, Jimmy, I mean, if you take a look at the way that the story is played out with regard to fossil fuels versus clean energy, there has obviously been a push by many parts of the Democratic Party to kind of get towards more renewable energy, and perhaps that is the future. But isn't this now a stark reminder that fossil fuels may be with us for quite some time? Do you think this changes the way that this administration will view the energy sector overall and its importance to the U.S. economy in what can be considered maybe a bridge year or so, or a bridge number of years between now and clean energy?
I think people who take that position, take a more realistic view of what solar and wind can do versus what we still need fossil fuels for, what we might need nuclear energy or geothermal energy for. Yes, this helps that case. But the forces within the Democratic Party who are so committed to this idea that we need to accelerate this energy transition are super, super strong. And I think those forces will continue to have the upper hand. But yet reality continues to intercede. That reality is when we have high oil prices, people begin to notice energy a lot more, and they begin to notice that we don't have cheap energy right now.